Hello guys, namaste to everyone and welcome back to another epic vlog. This time we are heading to the incredible northeast, home to the legendary seven sister states Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. But on this ride, we'll be covering three of them: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Meghalaya, each offering breathtaking landscapes, rich culture and some of the best roads for an adventure. I'm going to take it slow. Pics and videos are mixed, so enjoy the candid content. Our journey starts and ends in Guwahati, the gateway to the northeast. I'll dive into the road map and the amazing places we'll be exploring in just a moment. But before that, a story. Before we dive into the ride, here's how we got our bikes to Guwahati. We shipped our bikes from Hyderabad to Guwahati, covering a distance of over 2,000 kilometers. To save time and energy, we took a flight while our machines made their way by transport. Cost-wise, it's almost the same as riding all the way, maybe just 5 to 10% extra. But when you factor in fuel, accommodation and fatigue, it's totally worth it. To be on the safe side, we shipped our bikes 5 days in advance, along with our riding gear. A quick tip: your bike and luggage will get a bit dirty during transport, so plan accordingly. We always keep the keys with us, just in case. Now, here's where things got interesting. 5 of us reached Guwahati on time, but one guy forgot his bike keys at home. Just when things started looking tricky, luck was on our side. The 6th rider had a later flight and brought the keys along. By then, we had already gotten our bikes to the hotel. But the keyless one, well, let's just say we had to tow it in an auto. Not the ideal start. But hey, every adventure needs a bit of chaos, right? And with that, our ride was about to begin. Welcome to the vibrant heart of Northeast India, Guwahati, the gateway to a land of winding roads, towering peaks and stories waiting to be told. The evening welcomed us with the city's lively spirit. From bustling markets to pubs echoing with music, Guwahati set the perfect tone for what lay ahead. And for a touch of serenity, the revered Ma Kamakhya temple stood tall, offering both spiritual calm and breathtaking views. If you are planning a visit, remember to check the temple timings to make the most of the experience. The next morning, we geared up for the ride of a lifetime. Our destination, Tangga Valley, through the winding roads of Arunachal Pradesh. But before the adventure could truly begin, we had one important task: securing the inner line permit. Traveling to Arunachal Pradesh requires this permit, which is easy to apply for online. It's a small step to unlock a world of pristine landscapes and remote beauty. The region's proximity to international borders means a strong military presence. While the sight of armed personnel and border posts is a reminder of the sensitive terrain, it also assures a sense of safety as we navigate these rugged roads. Through Balemu and Shargaon, the ride unfolded with every twist and turn. Towering mountains greeted us as we ascended to Bumla, standing proudly at 2,217 meters. By evening, Tangga Valley embraced us with its tranquil charm, the perfect spot to rest and refuel. This was just the beginning. The road ahead promised adventure, challenge, and stories we'd carry with us forever. And with every mile, Northeast India would continue to unveil its wonders.
somewhere on the way to Tangga Valley. So this is a bus stand where books are kept in the bus. These books. ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? ఏ చెప్పులే. You want karpuram fry?
No, I don't want.
आ जाओ अच्छा है अच्छा है अच्छा है अच्छा है yes చెప్పేకి ఏమైనా అప్డేట్ వీడియో రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నా.
So we are going to Tangga Valley. We are in Arunachal Pradesh, somewhere around 6,000 meters in altitude. We have been riding for the
6,000 feet అన్న మీటర్స్ అంటే
6,000 meters.
మీటర్స్ కాదు ఫీట్.
I think Tawang is 6,000 meters.
నో అది కూడా ఫీటే 9,000.
8,000 meters. So 12,000 feet in
అది పాస్
Tawang.
నో తవాంగ్
Bumla pass.
యా పాస్ ఏదో అబౌట్ 10,000 ఉంది. తవాంగ్ ఇస్ జస్ట్ బిలో 10,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 6,000 feet.
Yes, now we are at 6,000 feet maybe.
feet, and we have been riding for almost 6 hours now.
6 hours
Yeah, 7:30 we left in the morning.
అరే కంటెంట్ మరి కావాలి కదా చెప్పండి ఫ్రెండ్స్.
Hey, hello.
అరే పెట్టండి హలో ఫ్రెండ్స్ చెప్పు ఫ్రెండ్. ఆల్రెడీ ప్రిపేర్ అయిపోయాడు దాంట్లో ఇద్దామని చెప్పు.
వాళ్ళు యాక్చువల్లీ నా వీడియోస్ ఫెయిల్ అయినాయి లేకపోతే.
Our first day on the road was almost done as we made our way into the serene Tangga Valley. Our stay for the night was nestled right next to the Tangga River, its gentle flow adding to the peaceful charm of the valley. The crisp mountain air and the soothing sound of the river created the perfect backdrop to unwind after a long ride. Tangga Valley is not just a stopover. It's a paradise for bird watchers. One of its most sought-after residents is the bighorn leochichla, a striking bird with vibrant plumage and a distinctive call. Bird enthusiasts from around the world travel here, hoping to catch a glimpse of this rare species in its natural habitat. The surrounding forests are alive with the songs of countless other birds, making it a haven for nature lovers.
ఓన్లీ 50 to 100 ఇండివిజువల్స్ ఉన్నాయంట తెలుసు. క్రిటికలీ అండి
Spending a night here also serves another purpose: acclimatization. At an altitude of around 1,200 meters, it's the ideal place to adjust before heading to the higher regions of Arunachal Pradesh. The shift in elevation is gradual, allowing both body and spirit to prepare for the adventures ahead. Arunachal Pradesh, with its roots deeply tied to Tibetan culture, is a land of vibrant traditions and warm hospitality. The influence of Buddhism is evident in the fluttering prayer flags, ancient monasteries, and the peaceful demeanor of the locals. The people here are as charming as their surroundings, with their radiant smiles and kind hearts making every encounter memorable. With the promise of more breathtaking landscapes and cultural encounters awaiting us, we ended the day by the river, soaking in the tranquility of Tangga Valley. Next stop, Tawang. There's something magical about dawn in the mountains. The crisp air, the smell of fuel and freedom, and that quiet hum of anticipation before a big ride. We fueled up with a hearty breakfast in Tangga Valley, knowing the journey ahead would be unforgettable. By 8 a.m. sharp, our engines roared to life. Tawang was calling, and we were answering via the legendary Sela Pass.
Yes, boys. Biker boys. इन्हों तो अपना साहब पूरा रोड बंद करके फोटो ले रहे खाली. Just that Indians have made it a dustbin and rest of the people maintain it really nice. 13,700 feet, Tawang, Zela Pass, also called as Sela Pass. Boys are ready to ride out. Plus 5 degrees right now. Time to go. Welcome to West Coming. Thanks. ले लिया भाई.
Now, there are two ways to reach Tawang, the classic Sela Pass route or the detour past Sela Lake. We chose the high road and boy did it deliver. As we climbed higher, the world transformed. Snow-dusted peaks, prayer flags dancing in the wind, and that thin mountain air that reminds you just how small we are in these ancient hills. At 4,170 meters, Sela Pass isn't just a checkpoint. It's a moment frozen in time. And everywhere we looked, the presence of the Indian Army stood guard, silent sentinels of these mighty mountains. We owe them more than we can ever repay. But let's keep it real. This ride wasn't all postcard views. Some stretches tested our skills with loose gravel, sudden drops, and blind corners that'll get your heart racing. Rule number 1: respect the road. It gives no second chances. Halfway through, we paused at Jaswantgarh, a place that demands silence. This memorial tells the story of Rifleman Jaswant Singh Rawat, a hero who fought alone for 72 hours during the 1962 war. Standing there, reading those plaques, you don't just learn history, you feel it. Some battles aren't just in textbooks, they're etched into these stones. Then, just when we thought the day couldn't get more epic, nature dropped the mic. Nuranang Falls, also called Jung Falls, is a 100-meter beast of glacial water crashing down near Jung village. The locals say its roar can be heard for miles, and standing there, soaked in spray, we believed it. Fun fact, this waterfall powers a hydroelectric plant downstream. We scrambled over rocks for closer shots, but fair warning, that mist turns every stone into a slip and slide. Now, Tawang is famous for its ancient monasteries, centuries-old sanctuaries of peace perched on hilltops. We passed so many of them, their colorful prayer flags waving at us like invitations. The 400-year-old Tawang monastery Ugaling Gompa, the birthplace of the 6th Dalai Lama. Each one a masterpiece we longed to explore. But time, that cruel travel companion, had other plans. Another reason to return, right? As the sun dipped low, dark clouds rolled in like a Himalayan ambush. Within minutes, the skies exploded. A torrential downpour that transformed our final stretch into a battle against the elements. Rain hammered our visors like gunfire. The road dissolved into a murky ribbon. And every hairpin turn became a test of nerve. Exhausted? Absolutely. Exhilarated? Beyond words. This wasn't just about reaching Tawang anymore. It was about proving we could conquer whatever the mountains threw at us. When the golden glow of the Taj Vivanta finally pierced through the rain-smeared darkness, it felt like stumbling into Shangri-La. The moment we stepped into that warmth, rain-soaked gear dripping on marble floors, the scent of momos and ginger tea in the air, every kilometer of struggle melted into pure satisfaction. Tonight though, tonight belongs to hot showers, hotter food, and that unrivaled biker's high that only comes when you've earned your stripes.
So we are staying in this lovely place here in Taj Vivanta. Our biker boys hogging some food.
Up next, on to Bumla Pass, armed with permits secured from the DC office, a crucial requirement for this restricted border area. While the road to Bumla is generally safe, riders should exercise extreme caution depending on the season. Sometimes sudden weather changes can transform the route without warning. That said, the Border Roads Organization does remarkable maintenance on this vital strategic highway. As we climbed past 16,500 feet, the landscape unfolded like a living painting. Emerald valleys giving way to snow-capped peaks where local legends speak of Yeti's tears. Glacial lakes formed by the mythical creature Sorrow. The military presence grew more visible with each switchback, and we were stunned to witness live artillery drills echoing across the valleys. brief stop at Pangong Tso Lake revealed its famous color-shifting waters, though our time there was cut short by fast-moving clouds. Reaching Bumla's summit, we encountered crowds of tourists battling altitude sickness amidst strict no-camera zones enforced by watchful soldiers who also served us hot beverages. An old Monpa shepherd later shared folk tales of these mountains being guarded by spirits of lost travelers. Stories that felt eerily plausible as we descended through thinning oxygen, grateful for the warm comforts awaiting our return. This wasn't just a ride to a high-altitude pass. It was a humbling encounter with nature's grandeur, military vigilance, and ancient mountain lore. A journey that demands respect, preparation, and absolute adherence to the rules of the road and border.
So all the biker boys have come. The BMW Motorrad from Hyderabad. Hello sir, how is your experience?
Amazing.
What about you?
Experience is amazing. It's like a paradise, sir.
We are in Bumla Pass, one of the top peak in Arunachal Pradesh, and we have an amazing writer with us. Hello Funny sir, how do you feel? He's our lead captain today. So right on the other side is China border, and we have 5 guys. Awesome. थोड़ा भी चले तो दम हो रहा. Look at the mountain top, mountain peaks. Salute to the army, Indian army here. This is awesome.
This is an amazing experience. Everybody should do once in their lifetime.
Great. Cheers.
After weeks of navigating the Himalayas' thin air and serpentine roads, we pointed our wheels toward a completely different adventure: the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Kaziranga National Park. The Sela Tunnel, our game-changing passage back, offered bittersweet comfort. This engineering marvel, 1.5 km skewer of illuminated concrete slicing through the mountain, saves hours but hides the pass's raw beauty. As we zipped through its well-lit belly, I realized some shortcuts come at the cost of missing nature's drama. After a necessary pit stop in Tangga Valley, that familiar mountain haven where the scent of pine and home of many exotic birds, it was here, surrounded by fellow riders swapping stories, that I confronted my biggest regret of this journey. Missing the Tawang monastery, we'd sacrificed time at India's largest monastery, a 400-year-old spiritual fortress housing a 28-foot golden Buddha, over 300 monks, and ancient scriptures guarded by ceremonial 8-foot Dungchin trumpets whose morning calls echo across valleys. Locals say visiting Tawang without seeing its prayer ceremonies is like hearing only half a symphony. This oversight, born from ride fatigue, has become my strongest reason to return. Then came Kaziranga's dramatic shift, from biting Himalayan cold to the humid embrace of the Brahmaputra floodplains. Here, the roads belong to one-horned rhinos and wild elephants. We timed our visit for February, when the park's dirt tracks are dry, though morning fog played peekaboo with rhino families emerging like prehistoric ghosts. The park's conservation triumph, from 12 rhinos in 1908 to over 2,600 today, unfolds in every grassland vista. This leg taught us that travel isn't just about ticking destinations. Between Sela's mist vistas, Tawang's unseen spiritual heart, and Kaziranga's thriving wild kingdom, we've mapped not just miles but reasons to return. Because the best journeys always leave room for next time. But now the journey continues.
हम सफारी गए हैं। छोटा वाला वो बड़ा है, उसके आगे कुछ काला, ये तो गाय है, नहीं वो वाला उसके आगे राइट में जा रहा है, देखो सुअर होगा। नहीं चले जाओ। ఇక్కడే వెళ్దాం, ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాం. 10 minutes మన దగ్గర వరకు వస్తుంది. తింటూ సాంగ్ ఉంటాను. సరే మరి బేబీ.
After a hearty breakfast in Kaziranga, we set out for Shillong, trading Assam's grasslands for Meghalaya's rolling hills. The drive unfolded like a living postcard. Emerald tea gardens giving way to pine-covered slopes as we climbed toward the capital. Shillong surprised us immediately. Its orderly traffic, a welcome change from most hill stations, moved with unexpected discipline, save for the occasional impatient driver. The city's British-era charm blended seamlessly with Khasi culture. By evening, we dove into Shillong's legendary cafe scene. At Dylan's Cafe, guitars and rock memorabilia covered the walls as we sipped locally grown coffee. Later, Cafe Shillong's cozy nooks offered the perfect perch to people watch as the hill station's creative crowd drifted in. As we retired to our hotel, the crisp mountain air drifting through our windows, we marveled at how Shillong managed to feel both vibrant and relaxed. The perfect launchpad for tomorrow's adventures in Meghalaya's cloud-kissed highlands. Sunshine and serenity, our Cherrapunji farewell. The morning mist clung to our jackets as we rode out of Shillong, the road to Cherrapunji unfolding like a ribbon through the clouds. For once, the wettest place on earth welcomed us with open arms and dry skies, a rare gift that let us see its cliffs and waterfalls in golden light rather than their usual veil of rain. At Elephant Falls, we took the steep path down, our boots slipping on mossy stones as the waterfall's gentle cascade. Our Cherrapunji stay was all warm hospitality, evenings spent by the fireplace at our hillside lodge, swapping stories with fellow travelers as the temperature dropped. The caretaker, An old man, with eyes that had seen countless monsoons, brought us steaming cups of locally grown tea. "You came at the right time," he chuckled. "Even the clouds need rest sometimes." For thrill seekers, Cherrapunji offers endless adventures. From cave explorations to zip lining over lush valleys, though we were content with our quieter communion with these ancient hills. On our final morning, we packed slowly, savoring the crisp air and the way sunlight danced through the pine trees. Then came that bittersweet moment every rider knows, turning the key one last time. The engine's familiar growl echoing through the hills as we pointed our wheels toward Guwahati. If you've enjoyed riding along with us through these misty mountains and living root bridges, do hit that like button. It helps our channel grow. And if you want to join us for future two-wheeled adventures across India's hidden gems, don't forget to subscribe. There are always more winding roads ahead, and we'd love to have you along for the journey. Until next time, keep chasing horizons, and we'll see you down the road.